Okay, so now we're talking about how to incorporate counter arguments smoothly into your essay. So remember, this is something that you're going to need to do. This is a part of your grade. It's included in the rubric where you need to include opposing viewpoints into your argumentative essay. So it's absolutely imperative that you have someone who disagrees with you and that you actually present that viewpoint and then handle it in a manner that will show that you still have a strong hold on your point of view. Okay, so I wanted to help you with this. And what I like to do, there's a textbook that I used to use for this course, and I still am a big fan of this textbook. And so it's the idea of using templates in order to write and in order to create a flow and a symmetry to your writing. And that's really important, especially for research writing, because you're dealing with a lot of different people's ideas and you need to make it flow seamlessly into your own writing. So I'm presenting this handout to you, and you're welcome to use this. And you can use these templates word for word, okay? And this is not plagiarism, because what happens is that you're actually, all the important stuff is the stuff that you're going to use to fill in the blanks, okay? That's the most important, that's the meat of what these paragraphs will do. But if you're wondering, how am I going to write a counter argument paragraph and make it good? Well, this is how you're going to make it good, okay? So let's take a look. Now I've got two templates here. This is actually 2 pages. I just want to show you the second page is just simply, it's just lines, for a in-class practice exercise, which of course we cannot do at this time, but at least you'll be able to have the template to use in your own paper. So I wanted to present this to you. Now this is in 2 paragraphs. The first paragraph is where you're actually presenting the opposing viewpoint. Now, as you recall, I've told you it's really important when you give an opposing viewpoint that you actually do a fair job of presenting it, right? You actually explain what this opposing viewpoint is, what the connotations are, so that the reader really has a chance to understand it, okay? That's what this first paragraph does. The general argument made by author whoever, right, author X, in his or her work, and then you include the work in this blank, is that, and then you include what the general argument is. Now, if you'd like to get more specific, and you should, more specifically, X, the author, argues that blank, right? So now you're being more specific about the argument. You're kind of narrowing it more to your topic. He or she writes, and then this is a quote from that source. In this passage, X is suggesting that. So remember what happens when you use a quote. This is a quote sandwich. So you're saying, you're introducing the quote, right? He, she writes. They argue that this, he, she writes. All of this introduces the quote, and then the quote itself. And then now you have to explain the relevance according to what you're writing about. In this passage, X is suggesting that, right? So explain how this differs from what you're saying about your subject matter. In conclusion, X's belief is that blank, right? All of this paragraph works to just simply present the argument, the opposing viewpoint, in a fair manner, a fair, direct, clear manner, okay? So that if your reader didn't know this point of view before, now they'll understand it. And now my favorite part, the second paragraph that goes with this. This is where you refute, okay? This is how you create your rebuttal for what the opposing viewpoint was that you presented up here. See how this is 2 paragraphs? That's why I said this could be 1 to 2 paragraphs. Now you could actually include this as one whole paragraph as well, but I just wanted to create the paragraph indication here so that you can know that you're doing a different task in this paragraph. In my view, author X is wrong or right because blah, blah, blah. So here's the reason why I put right in here. Because if you're looking for a different way to include something about, and I'm, you know what, actually, I'm gonna going to say or right. I'm going to change this for you guys and put this here because I don't want to confuse you. I put right here because what if you're just looking for a way to include research that actually supports what you're saying, right? So this could work for that. You could use it for that and modify it a bit. But in any case, we're looking to specifically in this video and in this handout include opposing viewpoints. But in my view, X is wrong because blank. Now, what if the opposing viewpoint actually states something that you think is partially true? That's another instance where you could say X is right because of this, but you could say more specifically, I believe that blank, right? So maybe you can offer a concession and say, well, they're right about this, but they're wrong about that. And that's possible too. More specifically, I'm going to try to get this on the next slide so that this looks smoother. Okay, more specifically, I believe that blank. For example, okay, this is when you provide an example to indicate when what they say would not be true. Okay? Although X might object that, right? They might object to what I'm saying about this. I maintain that, and this is where you reinstate your point of view. Therefore, I conclude that, and it would be something to the effect of, oh, this is not, valid reasoning. This is not, isn't as nearly as important as the matter of keeping the ozone clean or protecting the ozone or, whatever it is that you're writing about. Okay, I hope that this helps to clarify how you can incorporate those opposing viewpoints in a really smooth manner so that you can kind of set up, what you're going to say. And again, you can use these templates word for word. This is not considered plagiarism because the real meat of what you're saying will be what you put into these blanks. Okay, I hope this helps and happy writing this week.